Stand by for action. Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Good evening and welcome along. It's Stu Bear in the chair, and of course it's Friday Night Live. How the devil are you? It's Friday the 11th of June 2021, and a very, very good evening to everybody, and thank you for joining me this evening. What have we got coming up for you tonight? Well, we've got some fantastic action from the Midlands Air Festival. We've got Duxford, Typhoon display. We've got Airshow World followers and some great video footage coming up tonight from that. Also, we got lots of hot air, and not just from Stu Bear. We've got the hot air balloons from that fantastic night that we had last Friday night at the Midlands Air Festival. Lots of stuff coming up for you tonight. Stay with us, don't you dare go anywhere. Get the coconut tea out, get whatever tea you want, put your feet up, enjoy the show with Stu Bear. Let's take it away with the first item that's coming up for you right now.
Yes, it had a very interesting...
And what are we looking at?
Yeah,
it's the wonderful Catalina.
Yeah,
this was taken last Saturday.
Whilst operating on Loch Ness in Scotland and unable to take off, she was actually rescued by the Loch Ness RNLI and in due course lifted off the water to a safe haven beside the loch, where an engine change had to be carried out in the open, and after several weeks she was able to return to... That's the wing, so they actually tuck up to form the wingtips, don't they?
Correct.
And then they're down as floats, which is an amazing design feature. And you can see that boat-like keel, can't you?
And also people may have noticed that that's where the wheels are tucked in as well. And of course, all designed to keep everything high to stop that salt water penetration.
Yeah.
But
I had the pleasure of a flight in her from Duxford a few years ago, and there's just so much space inside. You could throw a party there, and of course with those great big blisters which were used for the crew to observe when they're looking for a downed pilot or something.
well, yes and no. This one's got a checkered career, though, hasn't it? They spent a lot of time not being used way across on the west coast of Canada, in Nanaimo, rescued, and it went off on a safari mission in Africa. I don't know if you recall that. And of course, that's where those blister winters really came in commercially useful.
I like that one, ladies trains.
Absolutely right.
Very good, very good.
Fantastic. And of course, they would spend hours and hours looking for downed airmen. And long before we had all these marvellous digital...
Coming up pretty soon, we'll say hi to everybody in the chat room, give you all a good mention.
And they did the most amazing job. And I mean, they're terrific stories. There's one of, getting a Mustang pilot, why they were there. They had an engine failure. They were then attacked by enemy Luftwaffe fighters, and they were bobbing around in the middle of the ocean. Extraordinary service from these pilots.
I said that I saw her alight on the sea off Sunderland. Unfortunately, it was only after that I learned that there was actually a version that operated at night that was known as the Black Cats, because of course the Black Cats is the nickname of Sunderland Football Club. Wish I'd known that at the time.
But it's also a nickname in the Royal Navy as well.
Of course, black hatting.
Because
tell us what
hatting.
black hatting means.
Well, it's basically spoofing. It's getting one over on your chums.
Yeah.
And of course that's why the Navy team, they only fly one of the Wildcats now. They still keep that name, the Black Cats.
Yeah.
Famous stuff. But
you bet your bottom dollar there, drag person.
Very
Lots of. We've got the Typhoon display coming up.
weather conditions, a long way from the coast.
The red arrows.
I have real confidence.
Lots of stuff coming up for you. The 60-minute show.
And then to land on the ocean, bobbing around, you can imagine how fearsome that is in a boat, let alone rescuing somebody and then having to take off again. Marvellous sight.
Clipping the duck box. So what was she doing up in Loch Ness? Do you know? I don't know the background to that.
I don't. It was a film, I think. I'm pretty sure it was film work, and of course that helps keep so many of these aircraft in the sky. And particularly they use the Duxford aircraft base an awful lot. So I mean, there's a huge number of vintage warbirds there as well. It's tremendous work. But it couldn't look better on a day like this. You know, this is this terrific sight, blue sky, and this marvellous lumbering beast of an aircraft, which in many ways it's big, but it's elegant at the same time, because that wonderful sweep of the moral side there, literally a boat-shaped aircraft.
Those of you with strong lines have strong cameras may see the nose Artemis pickup, which is based on that of the original aircraft, shot up and sunk by a Luftwaffe Me-262 jet. Topside view of the aircraft there, and you can see the blisters on each side of the fuselage.
Hi, it's Stu Bear from Airshow World, and I'm very proud to announce our sponsor, the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. And for viewers of Airshow World, you can get 15% off from the world's best tea and coffee company. Plus, you'll be helping Airshow World grow. Just use the code Airshow. That's the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. And you heard it from the Bear himself. Thank you very much, Mr. Bear. And yes, don't forget, you can get that 15% off with all your tea and coffee. Over 1,000 different types. Check it out. Use the code at the checkout, which is Airshow. Don't forget, it's uppercase, no spaces, Airshow. And you'll get 15% off at the checkout. Certainly worth getting. This Bear gets nothing else. Well, who've we got in the chat room this evening? So many people. I can't go through them all at once, but we'll have a quick go for the first 15 seconds. So we've got Shane Smith, Jake Jackson, Maurice Moon, Daisy Bells, how are you? Jazzy John, Jake Jackson, Ladies Trains. Also, we've got PJ, we've got Architect Design, Alison Tidy, Julie Rotherham, Phoebe Stern. We've got some stuff on Phoebe Stern coming up pretty soon. We've also got Andrew Austin, John B, and people from all over the world, and we will do our best to mention as many folks as we possibly can as we go along through the show. But we've got a busy show, and we're going to get to our very next item. Time for the Red Arrows. Around about this time last week at the Midlands Air Show, this nighttime event, this was where we were, and I'm working on a full video with this.
RAF Aerobatics team, the Red Arrows!
And as you can see, this time last week, the weather, oh boy, it was amazing. Anyway, enjoy this. I'll give everybody a mention very soon.
Into 8 Arrow. Red 5 would be on the left wingtip, but not there today. As they peek over the loop at about 6,000 feet, the smokes come off. Red 1 squadron leader Tom Bold about to bend the formation to the right. Red 1 is a former Typhoon pilot, and he's instructed on the Tucano and the Hawk T2. He was formerly on the Red Arrows until 2017 and rejoined this year as the team leader. The smoke comes on as Reds 8 and 9 move back in the formation into our iconic Diamond. To the right of Red 1 in Diamond is Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Will Cambridge. Will is a former Tornado GR4 and Typhoon pilot in his second year on the team. In from the right-hand side in Diamond, the nose coming up, the smoke is about to come on for the Diamond roll. Red 1 using a very metronomic cadence in his commands, the pilot's reacting to the tone and rhythm of his voice rather than the movement of his aircraft. As the aircraft pull up to the vertical, Red 1 calls them into Fred. The aircraft moving forwards, changing formation as they go over the top of the loop, forming a lead arrow. On the left of Red 1 is Red 3, that's squadron leader Nick Critchell. He'd like to say hello to Matthew and Betty and all the family who are here at their first air show this year. Rich previously flew the Typhoon and was an instructor on the Hawk T2 before joining the Red Arrows. And roll, calls Red 1. Everyone putting their inputs in, reacting to the team leader's voice as we roll the very wide Big Vixen shape. Aboard, calls Red 9 very quietly as 8 and 9 start to roll around the rest of the formation. Watch now as Red 1 bends the formation to the left. The red and blue smoke comes on at 8 and 9. This is Tornado. Aircraft pulling to the vertical, the white smoke on, Red 1 about to roll to the left, the aircraft coming over the top. Get your cameras ready for the hammer break. Break, break, go, calls Red 1 into the hammer. Now keep your eyes on the aircraft, staying low over the horizon. It's Reds 6 and 7, being followed by Reds 8 and 9, tipping in for the first of their opposition passes. Leading the back section is Red 6, squadron leader John Bond. John has previously instructed on the Tucano and flown the Typhoon on the front line, and he's in his 4th year on the team. In from the left and right, Reds 6 and 8, 7 and 9, for the spectacular Jippo Pass. Red 6 and 7 passing 100 feet apart, the red and blue smoke coming away from us as they roll and pull up from roller coasters to make way for the rest of the formation. Now in from the right-hand side, Red 8, the white smoke on, turning hard across to the front. The white smoke comes on, Red 6 and 7 pulling away from each other, starting their way down in the beautifully symmetrical heart. Keep your eyes peeled up to the top left for Red 9. As he descends steeply towards the heart, his white smoke about to come on to form the spear. Spearing the heart, Red 9 is squadron leader Steve Morris. Steve has previously flown the Harrier GR9, the Tornado GR4, and has instructed on the Hawk. Smoke on, ready for up barrel. At the bottom in line astern is Red 4. That's Flight Lieutenant James Turner. JT has previously flown the Typhoon and instructed on the Hawk. He's in his 2nd year on the team. The aircraft have now moved into reverse battle. Normally odd numbers on the left, even numbers on the right. They're the wrong way round in this formation, so they're going to switch back to the right side through slalom. The aircraft back on their correct side now, and as a tribute to the NHS and the healthcare workers across the UK that have been fighting the pandemic throughout the last 2 years, Enid about to put the blue smoke on as they come past in battle. Clear go again for 2 and 3 for their second rollout. Complete calls Red 1, the 4 members of Enid off to the right hand side. Now fix your gaze.
Now watch this. This is my favourite manoeuvre. Here we go.
The aircraft crossing feet away from each other, and the chip over it. Left and right, Red 6 and 7, about to barrel roll towards each other before crossing and rolling inverted in a new manoeuvre, the crossbow. Red and blue as they enter the double barrel roll to the left for the snake-like trail in the sky in Python. Red 1 at the front, Red 2, 3, 4 and 9 in formation in line abreast, a formation called Leaders Benefit. Red smoke comes on, Red 1 about to call them into the second roll. Enid going to the second of their barrel rolls. Red 6 and 7 are positioning themselves behind us in boomerang. Off to our left and right, look straight ahead. It's time for the display finale. Red 1 about to put the coloured smoke on. The nose lights coming towards us, ready for the spectacular Vixen break. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time this year, you've been watching the Red Arrow!
And coming up right now on Airshow World, it's that time of the show to find out what some of the Airshow World followers have been doing. And to start things off tonight, we've got our very own superfan, the wonderful... Here she is. She would tell her your name. It's Phoebe Stern. Hiya, Phoebe. And this is some photographs that Phoebe took. Was it earlier this week? I think it was. And Phoebe sent these across. And some absolutely beautiful images coming up here, Phoebe. Thank you very, very much. While this is playing, it'll just give me a chance to say hi to a few people in the chat room. Thank you, everybody, for joining my good self, Stu Bear, and the rest of the gang right here on Airshow World. Really appreciate it. We got a good friend from over there in Texas. That's Maurice's friend. That's Peter. Hiya, Peter. Good to see you on here. We also have Mark Webster. We have Andy Appleyard. Hey Stu, missed your visit to East Mids this week. Yes, I've been too. It's been holiday week this week for the Bear. We've had a we are having a fantastic week this week. I don't want to embarrass you, but it's our very own Heather's birthday. So happy birthday, Heather. I think they're watching somewhere downstairs, so that's Heather, Matthew, Teresa, Sadie, and their grandparents. Hopefully they're watching anyway. Anyway, let's get back to who's in the chat room. LT Viper Pilot, Donald. Hey, Donald, how you doing? Donald, Roger Palmer. We got Laura. We know we got Phoebe. And these are her fantastic photographs. All taken from Manchester. Jake Jackson, how the devil are you? We've got Saint King Henry VIII, Phil Artiste, Mark Green, Clive Everly, Myshella, Marshall. Let's keep going through the list of folks. Hey, rock and roll. Matthew Davis says, hey, the whole team are downstairs watching Stu Bear in the chair for the Friday night live show. Thank you very much there, Matthew. That's Matthew Davis, ex-professional jockey. No, not disc jockey. Horse racing jockey. Oh, yeah. The Bear has got the coconut tea. Don't forget, the Bear's sponsor, that is the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. You get 15% off at the checkout. Please check them out. You'll see the link under this video right now. There's a little bit and it says more. Click on that. You'll see a link direct to it. Hi Laura, good to see you. Good to see everybody putting in lots of great messages. We've got Shane Smith. Ah, this is real relaxing music, you know. Put your feet up. Look at Phoebe's fantastic photographs. It's Ryanair. Kevin Jones, hi to you. Andrew Austin saying happy birthday to our very own Heather. She's got a big magnum. I call it Prozac. It's not really Prozac. Prosecco, you know? I hope there's some left when I get down there. So Phoebe, thank you very, very much for being part of the show this evening. This is the section that we actually call Airshow World Followers, and it's an opportunity for you guys to get involved in the show. All you have to do is send me an email, and I'll tell you how you can get some video across to us. Right now, we've got Turbo Tim's World. Check his YouTube channel out. With a couple of pumas. And literally, he just popped by and saw those. And they take off. They just pop in for a bacon butty or something. Ooh, yeah! LT Viper Pilot. She likes her helicopters. She likes all things Japanese. And I'm sure very soon LT will feature some more stuff from Japan, I promise you. John B, how are you? Daisy Bells. So definitely keep the messages, keep on rolling into the chat room. It's so much appreciated. It's great to see so many people like Andy Appleyard, Ryan Garland. And coming up in around about, 10 minutes from now, we've got another feature with some more video footage coming along from the Airshow World Followers, where we'll be featuring something from our very own James. But coming up right now, did we want fast jet action? You bet your bottom dollar. That's what we've got coming up. Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride. We have got... It was the first display, public display of the Typhoon, and this is something special. Enjoy this.
Movements up to about 3,500 feet. Safety now perform a split-S manoeuvre, giving us a great view of the underside of the aircraft. Revealing, as we've already discussed this year's Flying the Flag livery scheme. Between the team and a Eurofighter enthusiast, Adam Johnson. Adam also designed the Gina livery for the 75th BOB anniversary, which you may remember.
man he is. That's Mark Webster. Thank you. He's just put a real kind donation into the chat room. Mark, we love you to bits. Is it to the bear that cares? Great streams. Thank you. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. What a man.
Again in from the right. He's going to conduct knife edge manoeuvring. At 9G, air is being forced into his G-suit, pressing his muscles, trying to keep the blood from draining from his head. Here's the on-crowd, gear down barrel roll.
What does Mark say? What's that? He's a legend. Oh, he's a legend. I knew I shouldn't have had that Prosecco before I did the show.
Setting up for the slow speed pass. Upping the Eurofighter ground speed to probably, as it's into wind, below 100 knots. It looks as though the aircraft's just hanging in the air. Nose held high, he's running 24.
Oh, James, that's so nice of you. There we go. James Fenley saying, happy birthday, Heather.
Pointing back on the crowd on the 45. Half Cuban with 540 aileron bolts. And then a half horizontal back down into the max rate turn.
Make sure on the internet you check out that fantastic video, the official video the RAF took of when this took off from East Mids Airport. It is stunning. In-cockpit footage. And that was at the end of the runway, filming it. Clive Everly, thank you very much for that kind donation. Do you know what? I think this livery is Marmite. Either you love it or you hate it. I mean, I love it myself.
To either lift his arms at all.
It's got to be better than just grey, isn't it, eh?
The Eurofighter has a hand-on throttle 6 system though, which means Sainty can completely safely control. He can't lift his arms. The G applied to his body will now make him weight equivalent to a Formula 1 racing car. Into the knife edge pass, then invert, and then push again. And it can be quite painful. On crowd back onto the B, into the quarter clover, Sainty's hardest manoeuvre. Technically difficult to get the exact 90-degree turn as he rolls into the rotor.
And if you want to see that in cockpit footage, it's currently on the Facebook group, which is called Airshow World fan page. If you've not joined that, check it out.
Full back stick, burners on, he's going to exit the display. Back home to his Midlands. Was the 2021 Royal Air Force Typhoon display.
was superb. Excellent.
And this was East Midlands Airport. Basically what they did a practice display down at Ragley Hall for the air show. And then spent the weekend over at East Midlands Airport. And we've got some brilliant footage coming up also very, very soon in our second feature. Yeah, we've got 2 features tonight of the air show world followers. You'll see that very soon. So lots of people were popping down to East Midlands Airport over the weekend, such as James, also Ethan from Ethan Aviation. He was down there as well. Check out Ethan's YouTube channel. He's absolutely brilliant. The guy, he is a young lad. He's only about 14 and he deserves a lot of support. He's putting lots of videos onto his YouTube channel and some really gorgeous, beautiful footage of the Typhoon from last week. So check out Ethan Aviation on YouTube. He's a great lad. Trying to get him up to 1,000 subscribers. So check him out and subscribe. Ethan Aviation. Ah, the sound of the birds. The tranquility. And racing cars in the background. I told you we had lots of hot air coming from us tonight, and coming up very, very soon, we'll be returning back to the Midlands Air Festival from last weekend, and going back to last Friday night. Oh, this was Monday, by the way, the departure. So coming up right now, it's back to the Midlands Air Festival as promised, with just look at some of these amazing hot air balloons. We have a koala bear, a few normal balloons, a balloon with lots of balloons on.
Get ready for the night glow, the night fire.
A ladybird.
Got a deadline. We've only got 15 minutes left of the open field before we need to clear it and get some other aeroplanes.
And these were all last Friday evening. Morris was with us, and I kept saying to Morris, this is unbelievable. And this is truly unbelievable. Watch this closely. Fireworks coming from this grub motor glider. Just watch this. This is beautiful. You got it, Julie. It certainly was the up balloon, you know, from the film. Well, cartoon type, you know what I mean. Animated, that was the word. And boy, oh boy, were we so lucky with the weather last Friday night. And when I say I had to keep pinching myself, Morris will confirm that. I kept saying, I can't believe it. This is amazing. So next year, if you get a chance, I certainly recommend going. For anybody that joined us on the Sunday night show, I literally very quickly put something together of a few little tiny highlights. By the way, I'm doing a full video of this at the moment, so that will be out very, very soon. But for the real observant who were with us on Sunday night for the highlights bit, you'll notice, hey, the music's slightly different. So I've changed the music to some non-copyright music so we can play it. Aha, somewhere in the chat room is Elvis. Yes, happy anniversary to you and Tracy there, Elvis. Also, hi to Paul B. Hi to Jim Gemmell. If you listen really carefully, you might just hear the original music behind it. But hopefully YouTube won't notice it. As I said, this week I've been on holiday, but I still managed. I wouldn't let you guys down on a Friday night for the show, so still managed to put a show together for you for tonight. And next week, Airshow World goes on the road. Airshow World Roadshow from Monday. Thank you, Julie. Hiya, Rob Brown. Rob Brown, plane spotting. Evening all from Scotland. Just tuned in to see the Aerospot. Saw these at the Scottish Air Show a few years ago. Would stay with us. We've got Otto, the helicopter, coming up next with Brendan O'Brien. And you wait till you see this coming up in just a moment. Also, more of the hot air balloons when they do the night glow. That is something you're going to love very, very soon. Yeah, saying hi to Billy. Hiya, Billy Fletcher.
Brendan O'Brien.
Can you believe it? 14,000 LED lights. Cheers, Morris. See, the original music in the background was, I think it was Mission Impossible, but you could probably still just about hear it. But I knew YouTube, they would certainly not like that very much. ahead, coming up very, very soon, the full version of this air show will be going out on YouTube. I'm currently doing all the editing. It'll be ready very, very soon. Hi, Steve Wyatt. Good evening to you. Nice to see you in the chat room. Architect Design. Willow Pugh. Yeah. That's alright, we'll forgive you. You could just rewind it a little bit there, Willow.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your phones out and give him a good wave as well. He'll be seeing your phones waving, and the more you wave your phones, the better the surprise at the end of his show will be. So wave, 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 get your phones out. If you haven't got your phones out now...
When I was filming this, I kept thinking, he's on fire. Oh, you'll like this. Watch this. An amazing sight. Like a load of bulbs all going off. And that's the night glow, and it was a lot darker than what it looks. And coming up right now on Airshow World, it's that time of the show to find out what some of the Airshow World followers have been doing. And tonight, we've got two. It's part 2. Thank you very much. James sent these across, so thank you, James. This is the section, as you heard, we call Airshow World followers. If you'd like to take part in this, all you have to do is just initially send me an email. The email address, are you ready for it? It is stu@airshowworld.com. Simple as that. stu@airshowworld.com. What you have to make sure is that the video or photographs is totally all your own work. It must be all your own work, okay, for me to be able to show this on a Friday night. And we'll give you a good mention. If you've got a YouTube channel, Facebook, whatever it is, I'll give it a mention, okay? So far tonight, we've had Turbo Tim's World. Don't forget, check his YouTube channel out. And also Phoebe Stern. Thank you, Phoebe. And this is our very own James. Here we go. Take it away. Did get your photographs there. Thank you, Ryan. I sent you an email. I need to check that they all are your own work, okay? They must be your own work, okay? So if you can reply to that email, let me know. So what's going on? It was taking off from East Midlands Airport. I think it was either Saturday or Sunday. It did the air show down at the Midlands Air Festival, we'll call it. And James got it coming back in as well. And as we mentioned earlier, wasn't just James. Ethan was down there as well. And certainly check out Ethan's video. That's on his YouTube channel right now. Ethan Aviation. Also saying hi to Grace, Lucas, Andrew Austin. We've got Laura, Steve Wyatt, Lynn Keeble. Thank you very much there, Ryan. I will check that out, okay? So we just noticed something that wasn't quite right, but thank you. I'll have a look at the email later, Ryan. Thank you. Stuart Ramsey, hi to you. Morris is going to love what's coming up very, very soon. We've got some Duxford coming. And for New York City, New Jersey, my real good pal, that's Phil Ortiz. Thank you, Phil. Thank you so much for that real fantastic donation. We've got to get together with Phil one of these days and get Phil live on the show. Do you know, Phil, we've got to do that, and we've got to feature you again. Get some of those fantastic shots that you do. It's a Spitfire, but not just any Spitfire, it's a Russian Spitfire. Flown by the one and only Peter Teichmann. I'm going quiet, just listen to the sound of this.
Extensive restoration by the aircraft's finder, Peter Monk, known as Mr. Spitfire himself because of the wonderful restoration jobs he does at the Biggin Hill Heritage Hangar. So yes, if you look closely, you will see
Gundam,
Soviet Red Star.
Dunham.
The Spitfire.
It says, good morning from Southern California. Oh boy, oh boy.
Spitfire.
That sounds good, doesn't it?
One that was led.
Hey, come on, Julie. What are you saying? I mean, sexy voice?
So a local lass had
Has the bear not got a sexy voice?
Vickers Armstrong factory at Castle Bromwich. That was on the 4th of August 1940.
Thank you, Phil Ortiz. You're the
He
man.
left that and she was shipped via Murmansk to the 2nd Squadron of the 767th Regiment of the 122nd Division. I hope you're taking notes because questions will be asked, of the Russian Air Force, which was a Spitfire squadron.
Don't worry. Maurice doesn't need to take notes. He knows.
During a dogfight in spring 1945 with just 29 hours on the airfield. Even giving us a nice topside view there.
All right, Megan, put your hand out. Where have you been all night? Come on, put your hand out.
Thankfully being successful in purchasing her.
Megan, you can always rewind
The aircraft
this.
then returned to the UK by a circuitous route, and she was then acquired by Angie Soper, who very sadly passed away within the last couple of weeks. She was famous for her Yak 11 display. So what came to the UK was a complete, although crashed, aircraft with the fuselage, large sections of the wings.
Phoebe, we'll love you. Donald Roger Palmer. If you're watching this on the TV and you wonder who the hell I'm talking to,
Flies,
it's the fantastic crew in the chat room
Spitfire
right now.
Reconnaissance version that's in the UK, and also the P-51. finished articles often have variable numbers of original parts.
Hey.
But Peter is a stickler for originality.
We'll see you soon. Thank you. Hey, we've only got 9 minutes of the show left. Where does the time go on the 60-minute show on a Friday? So quick.
The passion and the funds to ensure that the aircraft are restored to as original a condition as possible.
Gareth Davis, thank you for that message. He was at the show on the Sunday. This was filmed on the Saturday, and of course, those Friday shots. Wow. Pleased you enjoyed them. Well, if I get the chance, I would certainly love to be at Duxford in sometime in July for their air show, and we'll see. I don't think the tickets have on sale. I think they're waiting to decide what Boris the Bold has to say. Let's hope it can happen. Right, let's move along. We've got a little bit more. And it's not Dr. Hook either. Well, let's have some Duxford. We were just talking about Duxford.
For another attack run, and I think another pair of American fighters.
This is part 2 of that Duxford video that I've been working on over the last few weeks.
Yes,
So here's another little snippet.
Duxford's runway, the Grumman FM2 Wildcat, and the Curtis Hall 75. Now, here come the Corsair and the Tomahawk.
Vila Martinez, yo, what's up? Great to see you. We're looking at some videos from Duxford. If you've just joined us, you've missed a classic show tonight. Certainly worth watching back if you get a chance. Morris is in his element. He loves these. What do you say, Morris? Think you can make it in July if the show's on?
The Allies came to develop tactics better suited to countering the Zero. The Corsair was able to outclass the Zero and other enemy fighters in most aspects of aerial combat.
Oh, thank you there, Megan. I'm pleased you're enjoying Airshow World and all the many different videos on there. Over 1,000 different videos to keep you entertained for hours, years, months, whatever. Do you know what? He was first in the chat room, and I haven't even mentioned him yet. That's Oliver. Hiya, Oliver. Sorry I forgot to mention you. Oh, I love him. Thank you for reminding me there, Oliver.
Much more effective against it. So the 38 Lightning and the Grumman F67 Hellcat were better still.
Okay, Morris. I shall be in touch. Hey, Lynn, this is studying. Educational. That's what Airshow World is.
Mid-1930s design, one of outstanding flying qualities, and ordered to quantity in the late 1930s. While the P-40 family was soon under development to replace it, some P-36s based at Pearl Harbor saw the type sole combat in US service.
Well, as you guys know, I'm a real stickler for sound. I like the video to look okay, but the sound, I want it to be really good. And yeah, a few folks are mentioning how nice it sounds. And that's the key to it. 2 separate microphones, giving you that lovely stereo split sound. You listen to this next pass.
The best British Air Force fighters at the time. First Allied aerial victories on the Western Front of World War II. Bombed 175 shooting down a pair of British F-109s in September 1940. Well, it looks like somehow one of those American fighters was successful countering the Japanese opponent.
Phoebe says, how's my cats? Ah. They're sleeping nearly all the time at the moment. I've got one behind me, one eye open, watching these, thinking it's a bird. But it's a plane! And the rest of the cats, they're hiding away from tricks of the little dog. Megan Turner. All right, you ready for this? After this next pass. I do get some great requests. Name of the cats? Wizard. Cozy. Tabitha. Eccles. And not forgetting Amber. And if Julie had to go through all her cats, I tell you what, we'd be here all night. And we've only got a couple of minutes left of the show.
Not least in the Korean War of 1950 to 53 as night fighters and close air support platforms with the US Navy and Marine Corps.
Andrew Austin. Don't start Julie off on Gary Newman. She's got a thing for him, I tell you.
The Naval used them in Indochina, Suez, Algeria and Tunisia. And their last hurrah came in 1947.
Well, I must admit, I would certainly love at some point this year to pop over to Duxford. Just for the sound of these.
Silver P-40C Tomahawk from the fighter collection. Also, an aircraft that's appeared at a couple of recent Flying Legends displays, but not one of the
Architect design, what can I say?
Marked up as,
but a massive thank you, because he's just put a really kind donation into the chat room. Can't thank you enough, and to everybody else that's put... This is a bonus feature coming up for you. To everybody else that's put these fantastic donations. I never ask for donations, but I have to tell you, it does make a massive, big difference. It's absolutely free to subscribe to Air Show World. If you've just popped along for the first time, don't forget to subscribe. It's free. It's free to put the messages in the chat room. But it will certainly help for next week because it's Air Show World going on the road. Air Show World road shows next week, coming to you from an airfield possibly near you. Look at the fox. Where's the rabbit?
Got our next balloons off the ground.
What's that?
As you can see, the general directors are all
starting to drift out.
And this was last Friday night at around about this time of the evening. The sun was setting.
Little icons on board.
The balloons were flying.
Off the far end of the field, at the right-hand side of the field. Well,
And as I said earlier in the show,
down the field.
Morris was with me, and I kept saying to Morris, I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Get it right, and you'll.
It was amazing.
A whole line of balloons now starting to inflate as well. There's some more over the back end of the field.
So I'd like to say a big thank you
Field full of balloons
to the organisers of the Midlands Air Festival for inviting Airshow World along to do just a little bit of videoing.
Lurking around now in the fields around the estate.
Good damn!
And don't forget we have
He said, I watched Airshow World
display for you
on TV
the night
before YouTube.
This is
Rock and roll, good to have your company.
show really, because the night fire itself is.
And there was so little wind. Just look at this,
It gets dark.
how it's controlling it. And it's a huge clump of
We've got
trees.
some, fantastic night glow action for you, where we get some of these balloons when it gets darker. We set them to music and they burn like massive light bulbs. If you see the fox coming towards you, he's obviously doing a really good job in keeping really close to the crowd. Obviously, once he gets to you, give him a...
Next week,
Because he's
Lily's Trains, I could be live at any time, okay? So
crowd hoppers coming over.
just make sure you subscribe to Airshow World
They'll be creeping down towards you.
and you have those notifications working, okay? Because I could be live at any time. But for tonight, thank you. 60-minute show is just about up. We'll see you next week on Airshow World. And I'm very proud to announce our sponsor, the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. And for viewers of Airshow World, you can get 15% off from the world's best tea and coffee company. Plus, you'll be helping Airshow World grow. Just use the code AIRSHOW. That's the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. Thank you very much. And of course, as you heard, that way you can help Airshow World grow by, and hey, we're helping you as well by giving you 15% off the world's best tea and coffee. We've had a fantastic, I've ordered lots more tea and it came through last week, and I promise you, even just normal tea bags, oh boy, it makes your eyes roll. It is the best you can get. So certainly check them out, the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. There's a link in this video. Just look underneath, down, click on more, and that should expand the box. And there'll be a link there. Click on that and get those orders in. 15% off with that voucher code, and it is Airshow. All one word, uppercase. Hey gang, thank you very, very much for joining Stu Bear. That's me. Until sometime next week, probably Monday. Hey, when we go out on the road, we will see you then. But of course, if you can't make it then, don't forget, every Friday night from 7 o'clock, you got Stu Bear in the chair. We'll catch you then. Thank you very, very much. Hey, and my last thing for tonight, I've got to say, happy birthday to one of the best people out there. And that is our absolute wonderful Heather. Heather, keep it up. Good luck at Ascot. Okay, that's it from me. You take care. We'll see you sometime next week from Stu Bear. We're out of here. Good night, everybody. Thank you.